So this is pretty huge, this video. Yeah, I don't know how this video is going to turn out, where to start, what I'm going to show you, but I need to start it now. I've uncovered another Big Chief tractor. So I thought this thing was pretty rare, right? One of six. You've seen it in my other videos. You've seen it at Farming Like Grandad, in the Christmas parades, the stuff I've done with it. So what you're looking at now, I'll show you some pictures, is another Big Chief. But this Big Chief is my Big Chief's older brother. When Gordon built these tractors, he started with a first model of a 7 horsepower and only made 3 of them. This one is one of those 3. Then moved to an 8 horsepower and did maybe 4 or 5 of those, and then the 10 horsepower like my red one, which he made 6. So I put a Facebook post up because I like to share my work and these things with other people, quite neat, of my red Big Chief, and Richard Hart commented, came forward on the post to say he had a Big Chief as well. He then sent me some photos, these photos that I'm showing you, and we got into some discussions, and Richard is downsizing his collection and wanted to move this tractor on. I honestly couldn't pass it up. This tractor, this blue one of 3, made in 1960, a brother to my Big Chief, is just a crazy piece of New Zealand engineering history. I just can't explain it. It may not look like much, these tractors may not look like much to other people, but the research I've done, being in contact with Gordon before he passed away many years ago, it was 14 years ago, I think it was 2013 I finished my red tractor. 2014, sadly, we lost Gordon, but I've recently been in contact with his daughter again, and she is stoked about what's happening with this, and her brothers, their family, just that I can, I don't know, honour Gordon in some way. I don't know. Anyway, it's a 5.5 hour drive for me, which I'm heading off early on Saturday morning, so I don't know if I'll film. I can't film my drive, I can't use a phone or a camera while I'm driving, but anyways, I wanted to start this video now. Whether this is a voiceover that you're hearing over the top of footage, I have no idea how it's going to work. You may be seeing me sitting in my garage with the Big Chief still, no idea. But anyways, yeah, the start of the video, it's going to be an amazing journey. This thing, one of 3 that we ever built. So yeah, watch the video, you'll love it. I'll add to this. Just keep watching, it's amazing. Cheers. Alrighty, hopefully this camera will work a little bit better. My little Samsung digital camera that I normally film with, not so great in low light, so I'm using my my iPhone. Yeah, it's 5:30 AM or just after 5:30 AM here, and I'm in my dad's ute, borrowing my dad's ute with the trailer hooked on behind us, just about to hit the road, head to Eltham. So yeah, 5.5-6 hour drive ahead of us. I've borrowed a phone holder from my son that I've got clipped on here. It might bounce around a little bit, but I'll see if I can time lapse some of this trip for us. Yeah, might be some interesting weather along the way. Bad weather last night, so I've checked the road conditions this morning, and yeah, let's just head off, eh? It's still dark, so there's probably no point setting up the camera now. We'll see what happens. Couple of trips, a couple of stops along the way, fuel and things like that. So yeah, right, let's hit the road, see what happens. Alrighty, that's the first part of the trip down. Made it to my first stop just for some fuel here, so a little place called Aotearoa. yeah, I'll watch that time lapse and see if I put it in the video or not. If I didn't, then it's gone. You might not even see this a little bit because I might just do something different. Who knows? Anyways, yeah, first part of the trip's down. Stop for some fuel. Chuck some diesel in this thing. But stink, I thought this was going to be the cheapest fuel along the way, but I've already passed one that was 18 cents a litre cheaper. Never mind. Yeah, half a tank. We'll fill this thing up and then carry on. Yeah, fueled up. But while I'm stopped here, I just thought I'd give you a quick little look at the rig. This was my dad's wiki. 91 Nissan Datsun. So 91 I think was a year they changed from the name, you know, made it into what they called a Nissan Navara. So yeah, 2.4 litre diesel, non-turbo, 5-speed manual. Yeah, she's a cool ute, very reliable, and got the trailer behind. So yeah, the sun's just starting to come up. Well, when I say the sun's starting to come up, it's getting light, but we're completely clouded over. Bit of rain along the way. So yeah, just a quick stop here, fueled up with diesel, and we will carry on. Oh, stage 2 complete. Yeah, so this is my next little stop. It's a place called Pew Pew. Nothing at all to do with firearms. Pew Pew is spelled P-I-O-P-I-O. And it's, I think, I'm not sure if we're still Waitomo, King Country, South Taranaki, I have no idea. Show you on the map, you'll see it along the road. So yeah, this will probably be my last stop. I may stop one more time, possibly in Eltham itself, or just before Eltham, before I get to Richard's place. Change my boots, you know, get myself organised and stuff before I actually pull up at his place. So yeah, righto, let's just yeah, take a quick sort of stretch and a walk around, have a drink of water, and then we'll carry on driving again. So this is just a quick little look. I'm in the middle of the Awakino Gorge. Yeah, severe weather events in New Zealand sort of take out big chunks of our highway system from time to time, and this is an ongoing one. Yeah, checked all the road conditions, made sure this was open this morning. So we just got this stop go here with traffic lights while they clear, and obviously long-term projects sorting out this big slip. So there we go, we'll be on the road again soon once this light goes green.
Okay, so we've made it to Eltham. Yeah, welcome to Eltham. That sort of rhymes a little bit, hey? 11:32, this is showing on the dash. I don't know how accurate that clock is. Yeah, 11:31, so I think I might have been a few minutes after 5:30, but pretty much 6 hours to get to here. Richard's place is literally just around the corner. Just, yeah, 2 seconds down there around the corner and down his road. So I'm going to make this my last little update. There's no point filming driving just around the corner. I don't know how filming's going to go at Richard's place, so I've been to places before and visited to try and get some footage while I was, collecting stuff or looking around, and yeah, it sort of gets a bit uncomfortable trying to film when you're talking with someone as well at the same time, but we'll see how we go. And I'll just video or film or take photos, do what I can and chuck a voiceover over it. We'll just see what happens when we get there, but don't be surprised if this next little bit of footage, me picking this thing up and getting it loaded, is a bit odd or sketchy, but not sketchy, not dodgy, but you know what I mean. It's yeah, I'm doing this for YouTube. I'm doing this for myself. So yeah. Anyways, enough of that. Let's just get around the corner and pick this thing up, eh? Okay, so we made it here, back to the little Samsung freehand camera, so I don't know, we'll see how this footage goes, but yeah, it's a pretty cool place. It's got some older tractors and stuff sitting around in the paddocks at the front here. God, is that lens blurry? No, it's not. It's just a windscreen focus. So yeah, no, let's go have a look. I've seen it, Big Chief parked up in the doorway of his shed, so we'll just go and see if he's around and yeah, see what we can do. Bit of it while it's sitting here, so it's so neat just to, and for you to have all the parts with it is just, when I first saw the photo I was like, oh, I was missing an engine shroud, and I was like, oh no, but then I saw them all sitting on the seat and I was like, dude, you've done wicked, this is so cool. So yeah, so,
yeah, there are no guards on it.
No. Okay, got it on the trailer. This is neat. Richard's just shot inside to see if he can find the name of the person he purchased this thing from. But yeah, so the engine wasn't bolted down, which actually makes it easier for me. So I've got that separate. The frame and chassis and stuff looks almost the same as my 10 horse. The clutch is the same, except this is belt driven from the engine down to the clutch instead of being chain driven, which is different and cool. This is, I think, a Mayfield steering box. Obviously things need to tighten up and are clean, but the brake lever is jammed up, which is not unusual. So yeah, the engine spins over freely by hand. I can hear a little bit of a pop in there, but there's not much compression, so we'll see what we get out of that. I could have some water decompression perhaps, but I can hear it popping when I spin it. And the other bits and pieces, so everything's here. It's just, yeah, this is kind of speechless. So we'll get it top down. I've got to put the extra again, so yeah, it's all just not looking too far, just when you get to yeah, that's the start of it. Okay, so we're all loaded. I've got the Big Chief on the trailer. The engine I was going to leave on the side of the trailer, that's now in the back of the ute with all the other parts. So time to head off. Might go and stop in and see Uncle Joe on the way past in Waitara. But otherwise, yeah, next time you see anything from this video will be when I get home. Awesome. Alright, I don't know how well you can see me there. Just backed in the driveway now, so yeah, it's looking at the time down there, I think it was 7:08 p.m. so I left at 5:30 this morning and we've just got home now, so getting 13 and a half, just over 13 and a half, getting close to 14 hours for the day. I'm just going to drop this thing off the trailer, roll it into the shed, get the stuff out of the back of the ute and call it quits for the day. And yeah, it's been a long one, I'm tired as, so we'll finish up this video tomorrow or the next day. I might just take tomorrow off, leave it in the shed uncovered and think about things for a while and take a look at it, and we'll run through the pros and cons, the good and the bad. I've already noticed a few things that need repairing, but there's some other things that are awesome about it. So
yeah, right, we'll add to this, I don't know, tomorrow or the next day, but you'll see it. It'll be added on. Don't worry, don't go anywhere. Sunday morning and I couldn't help myself, so I've just pulled this out of the shed. Yeah, having a quick little look at it and the bits and pieces and what we've got here from Richard. So I've left the engine sitting on my little workbench. It's just up here. It's a bit heavy to move backwards and forwards lots of times. I am going to just place everything back together, so I'll show you that once I've got it done. First challenge, very first challenge, is the engine and getting it running back together. So what I've noticed, very low compression when I was turning it over, especially down at Richard's when I sort of first tried it out, but it's okay, it's free. The exhaust valve appears to be stuck open. The exhausters or the muffler's missing off here. I'll show you outside, there's a little makeshift muffler that's been done. I can get a brand new one to replace that, which is great. The one that's come with it is nowhere near original anyway. It's a piece of steel pipe with holes drilled in the end. So you're looking in there, the exhaust valve is not going up and down. The inlet valve is. I could see the inlet valve through the spark plug hole when I had that off. There's no spark at all, but inside the points cover is very, very dirty and very messy. So hopefully if I get the points cleaned up I can get spark out of it. If not, we can pull the flywheel and have a look at what's going on inside there. Usually just a bit of a clean up. That's all I had with Big Chief. I had a lot of playing with those points and getting them super duper clean to get Big Chief to spark again. Sorry, when I talk about Big Chief, I've got two Big Chiefs to talk about now. The red one, yeah, when the 10 horse Briggs and Stratton took a lot of getting going. I looked inside the fuel tank, minor rust inside there, but it should be okay. These things have a really good fuel filter system. The lighting's no good under there. A little glass bowl with a mesh screen so it picks up anything. So that's awesome. So yeah, I don't think it's going to take a lot to get the engine running. And I can get new piston rings for it if I need them. I can get a carburetor refresh kit if I need it. And if I end up having to take the whole crank out of it, I can get new oil seals as well. But if I do piston rings on this one, this is cool. It's like that Villiers that I did. I can actually split the oil pan, undo the con rod from the crank, and take the piston straight out the top. I don't have to do what I did with the... What did I do? The other little Briggs and Stratton on the Howard. The only way to get that crank out was through the case, through the side of the case. Okay, moving on, let's have a look out here what we've got. So, oil filter, air filter assembly. Wait for this car to go past down the road. The air filter assembly is complete, 100%. It's an oil bath type on this one. The little wing nut comes off the top, secures through. This little bracket goes into the side of the engine, this goes into the top. That's awesome that is 100% complete. This engine is in amazing condition. Like, the blower housing is 100% perfectly straight, not a single ding or dent in it, and no rust holes. Like sometimes they fill up and get a little bit of water or moisture. This thing's been so well stored and dry. I just am so thankful to the people that have had this in the past before me, before Richard, that have kept it in dry storage. So a few random nuts and bolts. This is a belt cover. I've already figured out how this goes back on, which is good. This is a little muffler that came with it, which to me is a piece of welded pipe. It's not an original Briggs and Stratton muffler by any means, and the end of the thread is has already got a split in there. So I'll probably just, once I get it running and know it's going to be good, I'll buy a new muffler. Okay, moving on to the machine again itself. Wait for this car to go past. Let's start at the front and work our way back. So this is going to be quite the challenge to make this look good discreetly without making it look new. So part of the sheet metal down here is actually broken away. The mesh has got a big slice, like been broken. I'd say this thing's had a significant hit in the front at some stage, and that may have been why it's been parked up and not used in a couple of decades.
So yeah, we'll be doing some panel beating and some twisting and putting that back together. I'll probably have to replace this mesh. What I can do is find some mesh, go to the sheet metal place. That's expanded steel mesh. The newer stuff is super shiny, but if I can get some that's not aluminium, that's actual steel, and actually leave it out, weather it, get it to rust up a little bit, don't really know. The main part of the bonnet we're looking at here, it's reasonably straight. There's a little dip in here, but it's straight and it goes on both sides, up and down, so possibly that's how it should be, which is good. Steering system, so I think one of these arms, if I hold the camera, I think you can see on one side there it's a little bit low, so I've just got a feeling that this arm here is possibly bent down. I can feel a little dip in it, so that'll take a little bit of straightening, or it may perhaps just need new bushings inside there, because oh, there goes my nice engine cover. Goodness me, good thing it's not painted, fresh paint. There's no play in the actual stem of that one, but when we come over to this side, there's possibly is that little bit in the top there, so that could just mean that the bolts in here need tightening up. The top of that one there doesn't move at all, but this one does, so that could just be all it is tightening up and sorting that out, because this is the one that'll be splined onto that wheel. Well, they're both splined, but that's splined down onto that, and then the rod pushes across to move the other one. This has just been blanked off, probably just made them as mirrored. My red Big Chief has the steering on the opposite side. Okay, moving on. The steering box itself is loose. That's only because there's no bolt down here. When the engine goes in, the bolt goes through and captures this bracket as well, so there's some movement here, but there's also a couple of loose bolts on this side. The amount of, you see that bolt down in there is just wiggling around. Geez, the car's going past are annoying. What have we got? Lots of oil, lots of grease coming out of this thing, so we'll probably strip all of this down and see what's going on underneath. I can't even really see where I'd get to take anything apart. It looks like I can take the side off. There's a lot of play in that box anyway. If I wiggle the steering wheel backwards and forwards, there's a lot of movement and a lot of play before it even starts to turn the arm, so there's possibly something loose or something that needs repairing on the inside. Underneath the clutch, the pedal, when I push down on the pedal, I don't know how well we can see in there, the clutch isn't moving a heck of a lot, so obviously from sitting, there's probably a little bit of light corrosion and stuff on some surfaces under there that are stopping those clutch plates coming apart. It does all turn freely. It's hard to get my hand in there, but the bearings are good and it turns, so that's a bonus. That's really good. Just needing to free things up. When I come to this side of the brakes back over here, the brake pedal doesn't move at all. So the way the brakes work on this originally is underneath there's a linkage that runs from this side to the other side, and then a little bracket that runs up here and goes back to a lever, and way back under there, I might be able to show you from above, is sort of like a small flywheel or a disc in here. I can't get my hand in. This thing, which is loose on the shaft and sliding backwards and forwards anyway, and then there's a band around it with leather inside that band, and the lever pulls onto that wheel, and that's the brakes. I think I'm not a huge Land Rover enthusiast, but I've heard that this is the way that early Land Rover brakes work as well, apparently. So yeah, steering, sort that. Clutch, we can sort that. Steering box, yeah. So the gearbox or transaxle, this is a 3-speed with reverse transaxle. as far as I know, or I've been told, I'm not 100%, I think these are peerless transaxles, so it's engaging all 4 gears. I've put it into all 4 gears, first, second, third and reverse, and tried rocking the tractor, and all 4 of those are engaging, so that's good. Again, clean off the gunge and the gunk that's on the back here and see what's going on. Possibly put oil in it and see if any leaks back out, to find any leaks and find out what we've got to seal up. All 4 tyres are in pretty good condition. Yeah, they're all holding air from what I can tell. The front ones are very soft, but they're up. If this wasn't holding air or had nothing in it, they'd be dead flat, and there'd be flat spots and rot and goodness knows what going on. So that's really good. I'll probably put a little bit more pressure into them. There's some sort of minor cracking, but these things are the originals, more than likely the originals. What else have we got? That's pretty much it. Yeah, everything's here and complete, which is the main thing. The major things that I've got to do, obviously getting that engine running, getting the clutch and the brakes sorted, and taking some of the play out of the steering. I mean, it's fine as it is. I can turn the steering wheel when it turns, but just look how much there's, about that much play before it really does anything. So I'd like to take some of that out. Yeah, with that play gone, see, when it goes backwards or forwards, one of those wheels sort of toes out quite a bit, so we can tidy that up and get that a little bit better. The tricky thing is going to be any repairs that I do, I want to stay discreet at this stage, like not use brand new shiny nuts and bolts that are going to stand out. Like I was saying with that mesh, when I put new mesh in the front grille, I'll probably let it rust up a little bit and then give it another coat of preservatives that I'm planning on using for this. So yeah, coming up in a video, once I start digging into working on this, there'll be a few questions I'll want some answers to, or some advice on from the comment section. So please subscribe to my channel, please follow the progress, because this is New Zealand engineering history being brought back to life, I reckon. Yeah, okay, let's just put everything back onto the machine, sit it loosely in place, because I want to take some photos, and we'll throw those up, and you can see what she looks like. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. Thanks for supporting my channel. If you know anyone else that's interested in this sort of stuff, or the things that I'm doing in general, my other projects and preservation stuff, just please share my videos, subscribe to my channel. I think I was sitting on 98 subscribers last time I checked. I mean, been making these YouTube videos for 5 years, and started with the COVID thing, and then just sort of fill in my spare time and share some of my stuff. But if I can get that subscriber count up, it'll help out. I don't make any money from YouTube, but it's nice to know that people are interested in what I'm doing. Gives me a little bit of encouragement to carry on. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let's put everything back on the machine, and I'll take some photos to show you. Cheers.